Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from the Daily Signals dated June 3rd, and something that shouldn't be a big surprise to you at all. The title is called Biden Policies Open the Door to Terrorists, and that's the non-surprise, is that Biden's policy opened the door to terrorists, because I think we can all agree on that given the things that are going on in this country right now. So let's get into it. It says President Joe Biden's lax immigration enforcement and open borders policies made this country highly vulnerable to acts of terrorism. One of the big lessons of this weekend's anti-Semitic Molotov cocktail and flamethrower attack in Boulder, Colorado, and it's like a week ago by the time you listen to this video, says by Egyptian national Mohammed Suleiman, is how vulnerable we've made ourselves to infiltration by foreigners looking to do violence or acts of espionage. That can be in the form of lone wolf ideologies, terrorist cells, or I should say ideologues, lone wolf ideologues, terrorist cells, or well-coordinated actors from hostile foreign governments and organizations. The Trump administration has been correct to pin a large portion of the blame for the Boulder attack on Biden. The Biden admin granted the alien a visa, and then, when he illegally overstayed, they gave him a work permit, Stephen Miller, White House Deputy Chief of Staff, wrote on X Sunday. Yeah, and Stephen Miller's been great about this whole thing. Just go follow him if you don't, because he is just a bulldog on this. It says, immigration security is national security, Miller wrote. No more hostile migration. Keep them out and send them back. And I fully agree with that statement. Says that's right. As more details emerge about Suleiman, a picture is emerging of a man who should never have been allowed in the country and flagrantly abused our immigration system once he was here. So Suleiman came to the U.S. on a tourist visa in August 2022. I was going to say August 22nd, but no, August of 2022, according to a source from the Department of Homeland Security, News Nation reported. 1 month later, he applied for asylum. Suleiman, his wife, and their 5 children have been living in Colorado Springs, Colorado since. The Suleiman was reportedly granted a work permit in 2023, but it expired in March. Suleiman's wife and 5 children were taken into Immigration and Customs Enforcement custody Tuesday. Well, good, because if they shouldn't be here, then they need to go. So some have called this threat overblown, but that notion should be gone after Sunday. How many more people like Suleiman, radicalized by the Israel-Gaza conflict, are still living in the U.S., potentially plotting other acts of violence? I'm sure there's a lot. Because there are certainly signs that other people willing to commit similar acts of terrorism have come into the country over the last 4 years. The House Judiciary Committee released a report in August indicating the Biden administration released 99 potential terrorists into the country since January 2021. How does that make everybody feel? So, you feel safe now? Say, I don't think any of us are safe anywhere. So, under President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, of the more than 250 illegal aliens on the terrorist watch list who were encountered by Border Patrol at the southwest border between fiscal years 2021 and 2023, the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, released nearly 100 of them, with at least 34 others in DHS custody but not yet removed from the United States, the committee said in a press release. These illegal aliens came from a total of 36 countries, the report says, with an active terrorist presence including Afghanistan, Egypt, Iraq, Kyrgyzstan, Lebanon, Mauritania, Pakistan, Russia, Somalia, Sri Lanka, Syria, Tajikistan, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and Yemen. It says, notice that Suleiman's home country of Egypt is on that list. How many more potential foreign-born terrorists are lurking in America? Again, probably a lot, and we're about to get an answer. It says, in 2024, the Department of Homeland Security identified over 400 immigrants from Central Asia and elsewhere who crossed into the U.S. in the past 3 years as subjects of concern because they were brought by, it says brought, I thought it said bought for a minute. It says because they were brought by an ISIS-affiliated human smuggling network, NBC reported last June. So, once again, I ask, do you feel safe yet now that ISIS is involved here? There's 8 Tajikistan nationals with suspected ties to the Islamic State were arrested that month, but as the ICE director told the Daily Signal's Virginia Allen at the time, this didn't solve the problem. Not only were there likely many people in the U.S. connected to terrorist groups, but the vetting process made it difficult to ensure that the people brought in legally weren't a danger to Americans. As thousands of terrorists in the world are not found in any database, ICE's Tom Homan told the Daily Signal last June. That is why we need to end catch and release and reestablish the Remain in Mexico policy. This looks like Homan was onto something. He's a smart dude. Let him do his thing. Says, even former FBI Director Christopher Wray admitted in 2023 that the border crisis was opening the U.S. to the potential for an escalation of terrorism. He said of terrorists at a Senate hearing, he said, obviously, their ability to exploit any port of entry, including our southwest border, is a source of concern. There's a lot of discussion about numbers, and numbers are important. But let's not forget that it didn't take a big number of people in 9/11 to kill 3,000 people. While numbers are important, numbers don't tell the whole story. And we have seen an increase in KST, known or suspected terrorists, attempting to cross over the last 5 years. I've seen the KST abbreviation before. I don't recall. Oh, that's what it says, known or suspected terrorists. Hello. I was about to say I don't know what it means, but it defined that. I think I need to get more sleep. Says, given the potential for deadly attacks on American citizens, it seems like security should have been heightened, that visa vetting should have been aggressive. The Trump administration is turning things around on that end and clearly prioritizing American security, as, a government administration should do, regardless of political party. But after 4 years of open borders nonsense in courts that want to continue those policies as long as possible, the problem can't be solved overnight. Says the far left wants to globalize the intifada. Some of those who wish to do so, or wish to do, our violence are homegrown. But Biden's border policies gave them a massive opening to magnify the threat on American soil. Shameful. It's a good reminder the problem with Biden was about much more than just his poor health and mental condition. So, once again, I'll ask you for the third time here. How does it make you feel that there are, potentially like dozens, if not hundreds, maybe thousands of terrorists, and, foreign-born, I should say, and never mind the ones that we have here, LARPing as them, and you know who I'm talking about. How does it make you feel that these folks are just here wandering around, and you don't know where they are, and you don't know what they're doing? And you don't know how much of a bead the FBI or, some other governmental law enforcement organization has on them. We just don't know. So, there you go. Nice thing to make you think about. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.